Hello everybody, today I wanted to do a little Saturday vlog based around what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks, because I had the past couple of weeks off, meaning I was able to do whatever I wanted for 2 weeks straight. And I like to do crafting when I'm watching a whole bunch of videos like true crime stuff or just documentaries and things like that. And so what I did was I finished this here scarf, which is about twice this length. And as you can see, I have to put 2 different types of yarn in here, pink and blue. This is wool yarn, by the way, just like this over here. And it's actually quite cheap. I think it's the type of wool that you get when all the good stuff has already been spun into a yarn. You can kind of see that it's a little bit, I don't know, it looks a little bit itchy, but I've actually worn this scarf for the past week or so whenever I needed to go outside, and I haven't actually been itchy at all, so actually it's not that bad. And what else I did, and I made some socks from the same wool yarn initially. Look, got some of these. I've worn these to bed so they kind of look a bit fluffy because of course it is now colder during the night, so I like to make socks, and I use this type of thing for that, this size. And these were the first ones that I made, but they weren't really that good. And look, see, I made like a nice little heel there. There's tutorial videos for this on YouTube, by the way, but I made this with 1 strand of yarn, and as you can see, that makes it fairly air conditioned, let's put it like that, I suppose. And the next pair I made with this type of acrylic wool, which looks soft, but it's actually kind of durable. Although if you use it too much, it does fall apart. But then you get something like this, which is definitely nice and warm and very sturdy. So you can just shape it and leave it like that. And I made 2 of these, but then I ran out of this one. At least I wasn't aware that I still had this yarn elsewhere in another box, so I ended up doing this instead. Like, I started off with this cotton-like stuff for the border here. I just wanted to make something creative looking. And then I ran out of the other one, and then you get this kind of avant-garde and all that. So I did that one. And then I thought, let's do the ones with the wool again, but this time a double yarn it. So now we got a slightly less air conditioning sock right here. I wear these currently because they're nice and warm. So that's what I've been doing. And also, I made a hat, which you can use like these standard sized knitting rings for. They're a little bit smaller than these. See, they're a bit like this. I think how much pegs around this? Let me quickly count. About 40 or something pegs, something along those lines. 28, 38, I don't really know. They're about even always. And I'm not really sure. They don't actually say how many pegs are on these, but usually if you go to a store that sells things like these, they sell them in like packs of 5 or 6. And you get one of these, you get one of these, you get a whole bunch of smaller versions like this one that I use for the socks. And also you can get these longer ones, which I use to make the scarf. And I also wanted to show you what I made after this hat, because I made this hat with that pink one, so it's nice and warm. Once again, wool, because of course wool is nice and natural and also warm. Then I thought, why don't I make a scarf that's going to match that? So I'm doing that currently. If I can get everything together. There we go. Alright, so I just started here with, this is 30 rows of dark blue, and then I'm going to go in with 8 rows of mint, and then another 8 rows of dark blue, 8, 8, 8, until I get to the other side, and then we're going to have another one of these dark blue patches, another 30, depending on how much yarn I have, because of course we're once again in lockdown, so we're just kind of like only able to go to the grocery store or stuff like that, which is an issue for me because I was thinking my mother and my brother are coming over for Christmas, and they're going to be here around noon, and then I'm going to have to entertain them somehow. And my mother doesn't really care much for games, and she likes to watch TV and talk about things she's talked about 20,000 times before. And if she hasn't anything left to talk about, she pulls out her phone and starts showing us everything she's posted on Facebook for the past few years. Really don't care about that. I have a bunch of games sitting around, and I'm hoping that my brother will want to play games, and if they don't want to play games, then maybe I can kind of tickle my mother's interest in doing something like this, some looming, or something else handcrafted, stuff like that, because she does like to knit. She does actually use regular knitting needles. I don't know how to use that. She's never taught me to do that. I've tried following tutorials on YouTube. I keep messing it up, and then I'm like, nah, never mind. These things are easier, so I'll just go back to this. I was actually trying to make a hat with this yarn on a larger loom, because when I made it with this one, it turned out way too tight, but I don't think this is going to work either. But yeah, so I thought maybe I could interest her in doing something creative. However, I don't have any extra yarn except for all the wool stuff. Now, the wool is not super expensive, but I also don't want them to mess around with it too much, because I can't get any new yarn anytime soon, because we are in lockdown till about the 19th of January at least. All the non-essential businesses will be closed until January. You can order stuff online, but of course everybody's ordering stuff online, so if you order something now, it's probably going to arrive sometime in January, and that will be too late for Christmas, because it is about 1 week away from Christmas. Also, I don't have any extras of these little needles. I do have like regular knitting, the little hooks for other things, because I also have a collection of these guys. If you know what these are, you can like make little strings with them. You might be able to do some of that just because it's fun. At least I think it's fun. I don't think my brother will think it's fun, but I think it's fun, and maybe my mother will think it's fun as well. Blast or blast, who knows. But for that you need thinner yarn, and I guess the wool would do, but then they would be probably messing with the wool yarn. I wouldn't be able to do much with it afterwards. Particularly my brother probably won't take it seriously, and he'll just mess everything up, and then I won't be able to use that part of the wool yarn anymore. So maybe I'll just have him make a hat or something out of this stuff, just because it's something to do, I guess. And then my brother can use this hook thing, and then I can use the regular ones for these guys. I have a collection here of about 4 different ones. These are just like different colors, and then I also have a blank one, which you could probably paint yourself if you wanted to. So there's 4 of these. We could definitely do some of that. But yeah, they're going to arrive at noon, and I'm going to have to entertain them basically the entire time. We can't go anywhere, so that's going to be fun. And also, there won't be anything open. We won't be able to go and get any takeout, which we normally do. However, we won't need to take out, because we're going to be doing what we call gourmeting around here in the Netherlands. Like, I have this thing, it's kind of like a grill plate on top, and underneath I have a little space for putting tiny pans into. I'll grab it so you can see it. Okay, here comes the box. Everything inside. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. I don't think you are. I'm just going to hopefully adjust the camera. There it is. So this is the type of thing that we're going to be using. It's got like a grill plate at the top right there, and then underneath you got these little pans you can put like bits of meat in, or something you can melt cheese with, or whatever it is that you want to do. So people usually do this in the Netherlands quite often on days like Christmas and Easter, whenever else is a holiday. So they can just go and not really necessarily cook anything in the kitchen for hours, and then find that you have more or less guests that you cook for. People can just cook whatever they want at their own speed, and you don't have to do anything other than have this device sitting around, or a fondue set with something similar, and of course something for them to eat. So I asked my mother if she would bring the meat, because it was her idea that they would be coming this way. But you can see it on this side as well. So I asked her if she could bring the meats, and I suspect that she's not going to remember to do that. So I also bought like a small box of different types of meats as well, and just in case. And I also have some hamburgers in the freezer, so if she doesn't bring anything because she tends to forget these things, then at least we'll have something to eat. So I'm prepared for that at least. Now I'm going to put this thing down. So that was the idea. I'm going to put this yarn pack on the thing, skein, I guess they call that. There. So if they don't want to watch, or at least don't want to play games, they can't watch TV, because I don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV in over 15 years or something, because one day I just kind of looked at it, it's like, you know what, I don't like watching TV. There's always these commercials. I'll just watch everything online. There's also commercials online, but not as much. And you can watch whatever you want, whenever you want it, so why would I need a TV? Got rid of it. So I won't be able to watch TV. I could potentially put a movie on online, but then we'd have to crowd around my desk or something. That would be awkward. I'm going to suggest that they do some crafting, maybe, because that's a fun thing that my mother likes, and hopefully my brother will at least see some type of humor in it, and maybe also try to make a sock or something, or a hat, or just get started on making a little rope with one of these guys. So who knows. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope your Christmas is going to be well prepared and fun, and make sure to enjoy. When is it that Christmas? I think it's next weekend or something, isn't it? And the next week, I think. So if I don't see you before then make sure to have a nice, happy Christmas. I guess tell people that you love them if you do, and if you don't tell them that, because that makes things awkward. And thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.